Coming up next, Weeknight with Ellie Muller. That's right, it's coming up next on the one and only Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it. From the gorgeous YouTube Dojo, and yes, we have VHS tapes. Why I say that? You'll find out soon enough. It's Weeknight with Ellie Muller, and now a man who's going to talk about VHS tapes tonight. Remember, be kind and rewind. He is the one and really the only Mr. Ellie Muller. Hi, welcome to Weeknight Update. My name is Ellie Muller. What's up? Alright, the theme song was composed by Dalton Piano, and Tori's getting spot and Anthony Shoutout Spotlight is an opening. Are responsible for some of the things that you will see in here on this program tonight, and they are some of our Shoutout Spotlight Wednesday. Along with Keyboard Empty, Dragon Ball, and Hasman Hotel Fan 2004. Hopefully she'll return to this program very, very soon. Art Age 80, Dreaming Lucario Fangirl, Nerve 419, The Bobby Carey Show, Bobby McHenry, 11 Podcast, Late Night Playset, Vicky Comedy, Luca Pikapuki, Pierre Kelly, Kier's Nostalgia Corner, Philip Gibson, Marvin Man, Darkwood Studios, Casey Dragon, Sophie Dragon, or Eclipse Joe 8, The Legacy Hero. Please check all of those people out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to find out what's up. Here we go. What's up with VHS tapes? Whenever you want to see a physical movie at home, please put one of those on. Hey, the jokes are coming, okay? Chill. Now, the last movie to have a VHS release was A History of Violence. I know, it's scary. Now, some of the VHS tapes are worth a lot of money. Let's go over some of those tapes right now, shall we? Shopping Mall is worth $5,750. Young Frankenstein is worth $6,000. And Ghostbusters will cost you $23,000. Wow. Pay up, be kind, and rewind. Hey, I have some VHS tapes right behind. For example, I have Muhammad Ali with the eyes of the world. May he rest in peace. I also have the OG Lion King and the Lion King 1.5. And I also have Scooby-Doo and this one right here, which is Step into the Third Dimension, starring Vincent Price. Now, how much money would I get those tapes if I sell them to someone at a pawn shop? Maybe $450 each, maybe $650 each. I'm not sure, but I do know this: those tapes are incredible. You know what else is incredible? The top 8 list. MP Gregors, let's go. You got boss. Smash category top 8 fake movies that might be VHS classics. Number 8, The Pig's Big Buffet. Number 7, A Triple Rainbow. Number 6, The Talking Shoes. Number 5, The Boat. Number 4, The Goat. Number 3, The Goat is on a Boat. Number 2, Slimed. And number 1, The Trip. Well, that was odd and ironic. You're telling me. Thank you, boys. Good luck. You know what, hashtag Weeknight Update, hashtag Elroll for late night, hashtag Elroll for those who hashtag spread around, the hashtag autism is awesome. Get those hashtags on social media, please. And whoever like this thing, subscribe and bell, share, and shout out, comment section down below. Whoever do, please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with the in-between monologue, Toy Story, the VHS Spotlight. A moment for everyone, talking time, where everybody said this week's Count of the Week question. Remember, this is still week no update, and now this is your Spotlight.
God, I'm hungry.
If your boss is a jerk and you get home from work and you feel like a troglodyte, there's instant relief from this hardship and grief. Thank goodness for Nick at Night.
For a short time only, Empire's starting price of $6.95 for brand name carpeting will be $5.95. It's Empire's Dynamite Carpet Sale. Everything in stock is greatly reduced. Our sale prices include all the great Empire extras, even our credit plan that gives you 60 days to make a payment. $5.95, that's our 1979 price. Now you have no excuse not to buy that new carpeting. So do it now.
588-2300 Empire.
On One Life to Live, David delivers the ransom to save Jenny's life.
Looks like we got a maid, sister.
But Brad's intrusion
Ellie, what about it?
could be fatal for Jenny. And on General Hospital, two mothers fight for a son.
I can't bear to lose him. Please, can't you reconsider? Please, I'm absolutely begging you.
There's really nothing for us to say to each other.
Plus, a Valentine's special week with the all-new Newlywed Game all this week.
Welcome back to Week No Update. Yes! Toys Gaming Spot will have another story for everyone in a few moments. But first, it's time for the in-between monologue. VHS tapes have been around since the 1970s. They have 187 millimeter wide plastic shells holding the magnetic tapes together. And they always make it possible for you to hear and see everything that will come from the VHS tapes. Alright? Even though the millennials still love the VHS tapes today, Gen X started sleeping with those tapes in 1975. And here's a fact for you. VHS stands for Video Home System. You won't get that fact from PBS. Some people use VHS tapes for home movies, and others use them for nostalgia. However, the majority of people use them so that they can watch classic movies. Those people should do shows on the TCM network. To prevent your VHS tapes from being moldy, store them in a cool environment. I mean, come on. VHS tapes need love too. And finally, if your VHS tapes are in mint condition, and if they have been loved, you can sell them to pawn shops for a lot of money. Wait, why would you do that? Everyone needs all the VHS tapes in the world, am I right? And now it's time for Toy Story. Go ahead, Toy, what's the story?
Hey guys, Tori Mullins here, and welcome back to Tori's Story. So the next story I'm going to be telling you is about VHS tapes. And here's the story. Those of us born in the 90s or before will remember the prevalence of VHS tapes. After all, they dominated the landscape for about 30 years, but technology changes fast. After the first movie on VHS, DVDs, and Blu-rays were smaller, had more features, and were more easily stored, just as cell phones decreased in size, so did movies, and now we can watch movies on our cell phones. Whether we enjoyed watching feature films at home or made our own home movies, many of us have fond memories of movies on VHS. Despite being a piece of history and a symbol of technological advancement, VHS tapes contain valuable content worth preserving and remembering. VHS tapes are a major part of cinematic history. Blank tapes put movie-making power into the hands of the individual. It increased autonomy to not only enjoy entertainment at home, but to preserve memories with home videos. With VHS, you can be both the filmmaker and the audience. The end. That's the story about VHS tapes. So stay tuned where I tell the next story. Bye, guys.
Thank you very much, Toy. That was incredible. Earlier, I showed you some of the VHS tapes that my family and I have by tier. But I know someone else who has a very, very, very big VHS tape collection. That's right. Anthony Short of Paul Cultures and Oakland. And I think that we should say hello to him right now because it's time for the VHS Spotlight.
It's your favorite YouTuber as usual, Pop Culprit, Midnight Hours #1 YouTube, Midnight Hours More Weatherman. It's time for my VHS Spotlight, Kanye Miller VHS Spotlight, Wavelength. The Wavelength, which I got 2 weeks ago. It's NBC Home Entertainment. 2 weeks ago, they landed on Earth. Today, beneath a major American city, the experiment begins. The alien terror is here on Earth. Wavelength, a film that vibrates good dialogue, shimmered with high-quality acting, Dennis Bruno, Hollywood Reporter. Wavelength had the same sentiment that E.T. Kevin Thomas both at the time. Robert Carradine and the rock star comeback with on how from Jerry Carroll will hear voices where he cannot come from an abandoned Air Force facility. With the aid of Keenan Wayne, a crusty airport after the living tent in his hell, they are taken on the air shaft that leads the so-called abandoned air base. The couple stumble on an ultra-secret government project involving aliens from outer space because and it's going to capture some of the FBI, CIA, NASA, and the Army intelligence combine their resources to find his unlikely band of Hollywood desperado, destroying very extra and live at 1982, 84 minutes. Good tape. Wavelength is a good tape, 1982. Sorry, I got SummerSlam 89 in the background. I'll tell you what this has. It has the auto, the tracking logo, the tracking logo, the MSC home video logo, the New World O logo, the start of the film. At the end credits has the end credits, has the end credits, has the FBI warning, black and white FBI warning, the black screen F and blue screen F. What I think about this tape is awesome and everything. Now please subscribe to my YouTube channel and share all pop open. Midnight Hours number 1 YouTube, Midnight Hours movie. Weatherman, Instagram, Day Motion, Blue Sky, my Pixel Red, my Rumble, share with friends. Click on vacation one to come on for Fun Show 5, 1.16K sub to over 2K sub to you. You can follow me community tab at the podcast. Probably that'll be up this week or not. Let me know what you think about Wavelength. This is my fourth embassy. No, actually it's my third embassy thing. And what do you think about that? So yeah, Anthony, out.
Thank you very much, Anthony. That was incredible. Hey, let's have a moment for everyone, huh? A few moments ago, you saw the VHS Spotlight, and before that, Tori's Gaming Spot did a story about VHS tapes. Now, as you know, this episode of Weeknight Update is all about VHS tapes. You know what that means? That's right, everyone is staying on top of tonight. Hallelujah! Now, I have a huge collection of VHS tapes, and I know that it's sort of random, but guess what? Everybody, to the topic, so you know I'm about to bring it up? Hey, you know I'm about to bring it up. Okay. Now, I have so many VHS tapes in my room that I might go on PBS to do a show all about them. Of course, seeing as though PBS will probably get about $325,000 from the viewers this year, I don't know if there will be a budget for that. So I'm just going to keep this show alive for you. Anyway, the last time that I saw a VHS tape was several years ago. Of course, my family and I still couldn't find a VHS player / VCR that would work properly from beginning to end. Now, what should that tell you? That should tell you two things. Appreciate your VHS tapes, and when you are watching VHS tapes, remember to get a VCR or a VHS player that's working properly. Thank you for paying attention. Hey, I have an... wait a minute. A VHS player is the same as a VCR. Oh. Why do I keep making so many mistakes on this program? Oh boy. Let's have a little talking time, huh? Now, ever since the mid-1970s, people have been buying VHS tapes. Well, guess what? In 2006, the last VHS tape was released. That's right. The last VHS tape was released in 2006. That tape was A History of Violence. And it was created, and it was directed by David Cronenberg. And it's an adaptation of John Wagner and Vince Locke's DC graphic novel of the same name, starring Maria Bello, Ed Harris, Viggo Mortensen, and William Hurt, among a few other people. And follows restaurant owner Tom Starr and his family in small town Indiana. Tom quickly becomes the talk of the town when two would-be robbers walk into his diner and threaten to destroy everyone. Tom tries to handle the situation calmly, but when things begin to escalate, he has no choice but to act on instinct in quick succession. He jumps on the two men and grabs one of the weapons and, oh boy, did the inevitable. I know, it's very, very dangerous. And I'm trying to put the whole thing as nicely and as calmly as I can. All right, because that article right there is just, I don't know, man. That movie, I don't think anybody should see that. I mean, come on. Oh. Now, some of the VHS tapes can be worth a lot of money. Here are a few examples. Shopping Mall came out in 1986. And in 2022, it was sold for $5,750. Young Frankenstein was released in the theaters in 1974. It was released on VHS in 1981. In 2022, it was sold for $6,000. Ghostbusters was released in 1984. Oh. And who can remember Ghostbusters? Yeah, that movie was released in 1984. The following year, it was released on VHS. In 2022, it was sold for $23,000. And finally, Back to the Future. That's right, Back to the Future. Starring Michael K. Fox and all the other people. It was released in the theaters in 1985. Following year, it was released on VHS. In 2022, it was sold for $75,000. Yeah, $75,000. What else do you want me to say, huh? What else do you want me to say, huh? Oh my goodness. How about some random advice for the world, huh? If you have a collection of VHS tapes, then you better start appreciating every single VHS tape. Come on! If you make a movie on a VHS tape, then you better make 95,000 copies of it and sell them on Etsy because you need to make some money. Do not mess with the VHS tapes. They're valuable, cool, and epic. Also, so many people will be mad at you if you mess with them. And finally, watch several VHS tapes when you have time, that is. They're way better than the streaming services will ever be. I'm in the middle of a show, man. Well, it's the beginning of another week, and that means it's time, once again, for us to go over this week's Comment of the Week question. Now, this week's Comment of the Week question is, if your life was a VHS tape, then what would be the title of the VHS tape, and how much money will it be worth in the stores? Go over to the post section of my YouTube channel page and answer that question as honestly and as thoughtfully as you can. Tomorrow night on this program, you and I will talk about DVDs. Wednesday we'll talk about CDs. Thursday we'll talk about TV. And we'll talk about turning 30 years old on Friday. Yeah, I know. My birthday's coming up this weekend. Well, yeah, that'll be the lineup for the rest of the week. And Tori's Gaming Spot will be here the rest of the week, and Christian Freighties, Mild Chocolate, Edward Tooth, the GD Cube YouTube, aka GD Cube, will be here on Friday. Well, Evo Amity Dragon Ball and Hasbro Top 2004 join the party as well. Who knows? But that's it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. That's news. Namowski, 4x4.
If your boss is a jerk and you get home from work and you feel like a troglodyte, there's instant relief from this hardship and grief. Thank goodness.